Question 15, the function f of x is equal to 5 minus 3, 2 to the minus x, is defined for x is greater than or equal to 0. On the axis below, sketch the graph of f of x and show the behavior of the curve as x increases. Now, I would always straight away go and plot this on your graphics calculator. So let's do that. So here we just want to clear the previous graph. We're going to put this one in, so it's going to be 5 minus 3 times 2, and here we do to the power, and it's going to be minus x. So we need to put this minus over here, this bottom one, this minus x. So that's going to be my graph, like that. Let's go to the window and just put my window in. Now here I've got before. Now I know my x is always greater than 0, so I can start from 0. 0 is my starting of point. My maximum value, well, let's go to 10. Let's have in here our scale, so the little points that you see on your scale, let's have those as 1. For your y minimum, we can have minus 10. Maybe that's a bit much. Let's say minus 5, and let's go to 10. That's fine. And let's have the scale also for this is 1. Okay. So here we can do that, and we can graph it. And there's our graph. So we can see from this that it's starting off, your value is starting off actually at the second one. This is 1, 2. So it's starting off at 2. So your y-intercept is going to be 0, 2. And then it goes up, you notice here, 3, 4, 5. There seems to be a horizontal asymptote there at 5. So that gives you a good idea of what your graph should look like. Now, let's just put in some numbers just to see, and often with this you would just want to substitute some numbers. So you would have x and you would have f of x, and you can just substitute numbers in. So we'll start off with 0, 1, 2, and let's go 3 and 5. You don't need too many numbers. Now, when x is 0, we're going to get f of 0 is equal to 5 minus 3 times 2 to the minus 0, or to the 0. Now we know anything to the 0 is 1. So that's 1. So we're going to get 3 times 1, so it's equal to 2. So that makes sense from this, doesn't it? That is 2. So we would put here on our scale, we'd put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We must put this as f of x, and this is x, and we know that we're starting off here. That's my starting off position. For f of 1, we're going to have this is 1, so we're going to get 5 minus 3 to the, it's the minus x there, so it's the minus 1. So it's this 2 to the minus 1. 2 to the minus 1 is the same as a half. So it's actually going to be times a half, or 3 over 2. So your value is actually going to be 5 minus 1.5, which is 3.5. So at 1, I'm looking at 3.5. I'm over there about. Yours will obviously have a much nicer and neater diagram than mine. Looking at 2, we're going to get f of 2. So that is going to be 5 minus 3, 2 to the minus 2. Now 2 to the minus 2 is equal to 1 over 2 to the 2, which is equal to 1/4. So it's going to be 5 minus 3/4. So it's actually going to be 4.25. So we're looking at now for 3. For 3, we're looking at 4.25. We're just above there, like that. Let's just do 5. That should be enough points. For f of 5, that's going to be 5 to the minus sorry, this was 2, so that's going to be 4 1/4 over there. Sorry, that was not for 3. So we're going for 3, 4, 5. So we're looking at that one there. So we're going to have here 5 minus 3, 2 to the minus 5. Now we know that 5 minus 3, 2 to the minus 5. I'll just do my little side calculation here. 2 to the minus 5 is equal to 1 over 2 to the 5, which is equal to 1 over 32. So we are now going to get therefore 3 over 32. Now 3 over 32 is very close to 0.1, so this is about 4.9. So we're getting very close to 5 here. So this is 3, 4, 5. We're getting very close to, if this is our line for 5, we're getting very close to that. As we said, about 4.9. So you're going to get your graph is going to look something like this, as we see over here. This line over here, this is the line y is equal to 5, is your horizontal asymptote. This graph actually never gets or touches that, but it gets closer and closer to it. Then it says write down the number of solutions. So sorry, we got B, draw the line y is equal to 5 on your sketch. I've just done that. That's the y is equal to 5 line on your sketch. And then write down the number of solutions for the equation f of x equals to 5. Well, it never is equal to, it never equals 5. So there are 0 solutions for that.